Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome to lesson 2.3. In tonight's lesson, we're going to be taking a look at how you can multiply by tens, hundreds, and thousands. For this next step, you're going to need your Go Math book. Go ahead and turn to page 27 in your Go Math book. And at the top where it says name, go ahead and write our essential question. Our essential question tonight is, how can I use place value to multiply through the thousands? So you're going to write this entire essential question at the very top where it says your name. Once you're done with that, go ahead and push play and we'll get started. The first few problems we're going to take a look at tonight are actually not in our Go Math book, but we're going to take a look at how we use basic facts and place value to solve multiplication problems. The first basic fact we're going to take a look at is 9 times 2, and I know that that equals 18. I'm going to take what I know about 9 times 2 being 18 and apply it to 9 times 20. Watch how I solve this. 9 times 2 is 18, and I notice right away that my ones place is being held by a 0. So I know I have to put a 0 to hold my one place in my answer. So giving me 9 times 20 equals 180. Now for our next problem, we're going to go ahead and follow the exact same process. We know that 9 times 2, once again, is 18. So I'm going to write the 18 here. But notice this time that both the ones and the tens place are both being held with zeros. So I'm going to hold my ones and my tens place with zeros this time, giving me 1,800. So now I know that 9 times 200 equals 1,800. And our last problem for this basic fact is 9 times 2,000. Once again, basic fact, 18. Both the ones, the tens, and the hundreds are being held by zeros, so I know I'm going to add 3 zeros to the end of my basic fact, giving me 9 times 2,000 equals 18,000. All right, boys and girls, why don't you go ahead and try the next basic fact and place value, little trick we just learned, on your own. So now you're going to do 8 times 4 equals 32. And you're going to go ahead and complete 8 times 40 using the trick we learned, 8 times 400, and then 8 times 4,000 using the trick that we just learned. Once you're ready and you think you've got the correct answers, go ahead and push play and we'll check them together. All right, boys and girls, go ahead and check your answers. I'm sure you did a fabulous job because we know that we can take our basic facts and place value and tackle a little bit harder multiplication problems using our basic facts. Excellent job, boys and girls. Thank you for following along with me. Now let's go ahead and continue to our next problem. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and continue. Go ahead and turn to page 27 in your Go Math books where you wrote your essential question, and you should see numbers 1 through 4. Number 1 they did for us, and it's exactly like we just did using basic facts. Let's look at our first one we're going to do together, number 2. Go ahead and do this one with me. We know that 9 times 6 is a basic fact, and we know that product is going to give us 54. So let's go ahead and write the 54 down on the line. As we look at our ones place, we see it is being held by a 0. So I can go ahead and I can add that to my ones place here. Now I know that 9 times 60 is going to give me 540. After double checking that you've written the answer with me, we're going to go ahead and move on to number 3. Number 3, it says 8 times 200 equals something. Again, we're going to use our basic fact to go ahead and complete this problem. I know that 8 times 2 is going to give me 16. The ones and the tens place is being held. So that means I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add 2 zeros to my product. So now this tells me that 8 times 200 equals 1,600. Now for our last problem, I want you to go ahead and put those brains to work and do number 4 all on your own, using basic facts and place value to get your answer. Go ahead and push pause until you've got your answer, and when you're ready, go ahead and push play and we'll go ahead and move on together. All right, boys and girls, how'd you do? I know you did excellent. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our answer. We know that 5 times 6 is going to give me 30, and then I'm going to hold my ones, my tens, and my hundreds this time, which is going to give me 5 times 6 equals 30,000. All right, Smarties, it's time for you to show me what you know. Go ahead and complete numbers 5 through 14 all on your own. I know you can do it and you're not going to need any help from me. Go ahead and pause the video at this time so that you have plenty of time to work out the problems as long as you need. Once you're done, go ahead and push play. We'll check our answers together. Good luck to you. I know you're going to do awesome. All right, boys and girls, go ahead and look over your answers and make sure you got all of them correct. If you need to make any fixes, go ahead and do that as well. I do want to warn you on questions like number 13, when your product ends in a 0, just like 4 times 5 equals 20, make sure you're still adding the correct amount of zeros behind it. Ones, tens, and hundreds. Ones, tens, and hundreds. Then you have your product of 4 times 5. That is a very tricky question, so go ahead and make sure you're paying attention. I know you're going to do excellent in that. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a look at a story problem. Number 15, go ahead and follow along with me. A bank teller has 7 rolls of coins. Each roll has 40 coins. How many coins does the bank teller have? I know that this keyword is telling me to multiply. So I'm going to multiply 7 times 40. And I'm going to use basic facts. I know that 7 times 4 is a basic fact that equals 28. And because my ones place is being held with a 0, I know to add a 0 to my ones place. So it's asking how many coins does the bank teller have? Well, we know that because we multiplied 7 times 40, she now has 280 coins, because that's what the story problem is asking. How many coins does she have? All right, Smarties, it's that time again. You're going to go ahead and show me what you know. Number 16 you're going to do on your own, but I'm going to go ahead and read it to you to give you a little bit of a head start. Theo buys 5 packages of paper. There are 500 sheets of paper in each package. How many sheets of paper does Theo buy? Go ahead and set up your multiplication problem and go ahead and use your basic facts to solve. Go ahead and push pause so that you can stop the video, and when you're ready to check your answer, go ahead and push play. I know you can do it. Good luck to you. All right, it looks like we use our basic facts. 5 times 5 equals 25. And then we added our 2 zeros to hold our ones and our tens place. So it looks like you ended up with 2,500 as your answer. And it looks like Theo has 2,500 sheets of paper in all. All right, since that was super easy for you, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try something just a little bit harder for you. Now we have a multiplication problem that has a missing number. It says 8 times something equals 4,000. We're going to look at our basic facts one more time. I know that my product must be 40. 8 times something gives me 40. Knowing my basic facts, I know that that something is 5. 8 times 5 does give me 40. But as I look, it's not just 40, it's actually 4,000. So now I have to remember to hold my ones and my tens place with that 0, giving me the multiplication problem. 8 times 500 equals 4,000. Now, since that one was super easy for you as well, go ahead and try the second one. 5 times something is going to equal 25,000. Remember to use your basic fact. This is your basic fact. Go ahead and pause the video while you're working. Push play whenever you're ready to check your answer. I know you're going to do awesome. All right, go ahead and check out my answer. I got 5 times 5,000 equals 25,000. And the way I got that was I knew my basic fact. 5 times 5 is going to give me 25. And then I held my ones, my tens, and my hundreds. I did the same thing looking for the other number. I held my ones, my tens, and my hundreds. And these were my basic facts. Excellent job, guys, tonight. Go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back. I'm so proud of all of your super hard work. All right, my mathematicians, go ahead and turn to page 28 in your Go Math book. This is your additional homework for tonight. We're going to go ahead and practice problems 1 through 6. Numbers 1 and 2 are over our new skill that we learned today. 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all reviews of skills that we've learned previously. So go ahead and complete all 6 of these problems, showing your work with your very best effort, and we're going to check them in class tomorrow. All right, boys and girls, before we say goodnight tonight, I do want to ask you for a big favor. I want to know how you felt about the lesson tonight. So at the bottom of page 28, I want you to write either a 1, a 2, a 3, or 4. And that's going to tell me how you felt about the lesson tonight. If you are a novice, you're just starting to learn this, but you really don't understand, you're going to write a number 1. If you think you're an apprentice, I'm starting to get it, but I still may need some coaching, you're going to write 2. If you think you're a practitioner, I can do it by myself, but I may sometimes get stuck, you're going to write a number 3. And if you think you're an expert, you're going to write a number 4. You understand it well, and you could teach it to somebody. So again, you're going to go ahead to page 28 and either write a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4, just so I know how you feel about the lesson that you were presented with tonight. Thank you so much, boys and girls, for being so attentive tonight and doing your homework. I know you did an excellent job, and I can't wait to see everybody in class tomorrow. Have a good evening, everybody.